and salam sejahtera. My name is Stephanie Rosja Ana Igo and my metric number is 76902. Today, we would like to talk about family, kinship, and marriage. According to David Murray Shader, a professor of anthropology at the University of Chicago, kinship is involved a relationship between two people unrelated by lineage or marriage. Kinship was referred to how individuals are related to one another either by blood, marriage, or adoption. Kinship network traditionally would be used to create the family unit by giving the individuals a reason as to why they should remain interconnected. Kinship is the most universal and basic of all human relationships and is based on the ties of blood, marriage, and adoption. There are two basic kinds of ties: those based on blood that trace descent. Second, those based on marriage, adoption, or other connection. Next is family. Family is an intimate domestic group of people related to one another by bonds of blood, sexual mating, or legal ties. It has been a very resilient social unit that has survived and adapted through time. And last but not least is marriage. Marriage was defined as a socially support union involving two or more individuals in what is regarded as a stable, enduring arrangement typically based at least in part of sexual bond of some kind. That's all for me. Next, my groupmate will explain further about this topic. Thank you.
The family is an intimate domestic group made up of people related to one another by bond of blood, sexual mating, or legal ties. Family are categories based on the number and generation of people involved in the family group. These are the 7 types of family in sociology, which is nuclear family, extended family, blended family, compound family, partial family, matricial family, and egalitarian family. The nuclear family is made up of a husband, wife, and dependent children living together in a single dwelling. An extended family, according to Nutella, is when 3 or more generations connected by blood or marriage relationship form a social unit and live together. The blended family are family made up of a couple and children, either or both raised in an early marriage, and children they raise together. Most people who divorce eventually get remarried. The compound family is a form of family organization can be seen as an overlapping set of nuclear family, each with the same man as the family head. Patriarchal family is the kind of family structure decision-making authorities and power lies in the hand of the man, whether be the nuclear family, single family, or extended family. Meanwhile, matricial family is a female-headed family. Egalitarian family describe an arrangement in the family where power and decision-making authorities are equally distributed between the husband and wife.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. My name is Afika Husna binti Manjilan and my metric number is 739 and 54. So today I would like to discuss about my part, which is kinship. So kinship can be loosely defined as blood relationship. Similar to family, kinship is also an important part of our life. This can take place through practice such as marriage, genetic relation, and also adoption. Kinship begins with family and can extend to include the entire clan. In this sense, one can clearly identify a difference between family and kinship, as the family is more restrictive in comparison to kinship that captures a large number. So kinship have three categories. First one is consanguineal relative. Consanguineal relative is people on both sides of family relate to you by blood. Second is affinal relatives. Affinal relative is people who are related to you through marriage. And number three is fictive kinship. Fictive kinship is the pattern on kin-like relation but not actually based upon blood or marriage. For example, uncle, brothers, auntie, sisters, and also adoption. There are two functions of kinship. Number one is vertical function. Vertical function is binding together successive generation, thereby providing to social continuity, which is passing on property, political office, and tradition. Number two is horizontal function. Horizontal function is tying people together across a single generation through marriage practice, which is kin group usually practice some degree of exogamy. For example, rule which state that you must marry outside a certain group. Second, people must normally look outside for marriage partners and create alliance with other groups. And the last one is alliance can be useful for political, economic, and ceremonial purpose. Descent group. So this part is I would like to talk about descent group. So descent group is socially recognized links between ancestor and descendants. So the rules for descendant group is number one, determine parenthood. Number two, identify ancestry. Number three, assign people to social categories, groups, and role on basis of inherited status. Descent systems are divided into two, which is unlinear system and cognitive system. Unlinear system is descent traced through parents and ancestors of only one sex, either mother's or father's side. So number two, cognitive system. Cognitive system descent traced through either mother and father or both parents. Slide is about unlinear descent. Unlinear descent is most cultural limit range of people through whom descent is traced by using principle of unlinear descent. Trace descent only through a single line of ancestors, male or female. Both male and females are members of unlinear group, but descent links only recognized through relative of one sex. The two basic forms of unlinear descent are referred to as patrilineal and matrilineal. Patrilineal descent. With patrilineal descent, both males and females belong to their father's kin group but not the mother's. Only males pass on their family identity to their children. A woman's children are members of her husband's patrilineal line. So you can see the diagram of patrilineal descent. Matrilineal descent, form of unlinear descent that follows a female line. Individuals are relative if they can trace descent through females to the same female ancestor, while both male and female children are members of their mother's matrilineal descent group. Only daughter pass on family line to their offspring. So as you can see the matrilineal descent diagram as below. So that's all from me.
Hi, my name is Masasa Musal. My metric number is 75596 and I will presenting about marriage. Marriage is a socially recognized union comprising two or more people in what is considered a secure long-term arrangement that usually based at least in part on some types of sexual tie. And marriage is an institution that begins with wooing and ends with an invitation to marry. This is followed by the marriage ceremony, during which reciprocal rights and duties are expressed and agreed upon. And next, I will talk about function of marriage. There are four functions of marriage I will present. Is a sex satisfaction, child procreation and nurturing. Third is economic cooperation and security, and fourth is emotional support and companionship. And firstly, there's a sex satisfaction. Sex satisfaction is married people are only allowed to have sexual relationship with their separate spouses. And second is child procreation and nurturing. That a marriage fulfills the duty of treating children and raising them in accordance with social standards. And third is economic cooperation and security. Is about a marriage offer an individual with valuable and dependable assistance in economic cooperation. And lastly is about emotional support and companionship. There's a marriage continuous companion, a life partner in the space of husband and wife. And next is about the types of marriage. There are 7 types of marriage. There are starter marriage, companionship marriage, parenting marriage, safety marriage, living alone together marriage, open marriage, and covenant marriage. And lastly, about the different types of marriage. There are 5 different types of marriage. Is monogamy, polygamy, polyandry, fraternal polyandry, and non-fraternal polyandry. And first is monogamy. Monogamy is a type of marriage in which a man or woman is married to just one other man or woman at a time. In the event of a divorce or a death of spouse, he or she can remarry again. And second is about polygamy. Polygamy is a man or woman marry more than one woman or a man and live with all them at the same times. That's usually for Muslim tribes. And that is polyandry. In this case, a woman is married to more than one guy. And fourth is fraternal polyandry. That's a lady marries 2 brothers. That means 2 brothers that have a relation and same blood. Okay. And lastly, about non-fraternal polyandry. That's when women's spouses are not brothers. And that means the woman's spouses are not brothers. That means the brothers that not have relation she married. And non-fraternal polyandry refers to this type of marriage. That's all from me. And next, I want to pass to Nuriman.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nuriman bin Asran and my matrix number are 76377. I would like to share about the conclusion of the assignment that we wrote. The conclusion are parents are always known to dislike their children named after their partner parents. This is mostly like it has happened between the bond between the in-law and their brother wife in sources worth of nothing that the character reflect those of theirs. The favoritism make those who prefer other feel like the siblings. Hence, decision in the family must safeguard their interests. Sometimes parents ignite their family rankings by allocating more property to one child, and parents should distribute the property and wealth among the children evenly, and unless the children are recommended so. This evenness will promote unity in a family. Thus, children in our society are encouraged to exercise respect to each other. Therefore, there are no constraints on conceptual kind as a system. Community are not solely a product of biological inherent drive released from cultural condition. Instead, it is a product of a particular cultural meaning and social affair bound in a manner that permits freedom of choice. And the significance is individually kinship as a symbol and models by peoples like us, and it's also shape of the modes of these people life, and how they are related to each other is a crucial and also very important in nowadays. So that's all for me. Thank you.